What's up, fight fans? I'm Jake Otto, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. And first, I'd like to say peace and much blessings and love to everybody who's been following me on every other social media platform. You will no longer find any boxing material except for me participating in certain boxing forums over on Facebook. Everything that's going to be live or boxing, as the boxing talk, will be here only on YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll just post up some personal pics and stuff like that. And then over on Twitter, most likely, the shares of the videos and lives will be from, on Twitter. So I'm using platforms, different all the time. My grandson was just born as well. Mason, God bless you. My first grandbaby. Congratulations to my daughter. Love you, mama. And that's it. So this video here is, it's all about this fight that's coming on, which is going to be Pacquiao. Now, to the guys that have been waiting for late night boxing talk, I'll most likely be giving it to you tomorrow, Thursday at 10 p.m. We're having problems with the internet here. Obviously, you can see the grainy video I'm running on 4G. So as they repair the system that's been going on since yesterday, so it is what it is. My whole neighborhood is out of fucking out of internet service and shit, so it fucking sucks. Everybody's using that 4G. It's crazy. But we're gonna get into this Manny Pacquiao a little more in depth with this Manny Pacquiao and this Adrian Broner fight. Now, the first thing I want to say is this. Well, they arrived yesterday. And, of course, Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao both got, warm receptions from the crowd and stuff, but that's nothing to be talked about. I'm looking at this fight. I mean, a lot of people think it's a joke. It sounds funny because we all know what Broner's about. We all know that Broner can fight, but all he has to do is let his hands go, and he doesn't for some reason. There's a possibility he just might let him go. But a lot of people know and understand that Maidana had taken that out of Adrian Broner, and Adrian Broner did not recover from that. And what Adrian Broner did wrong was basically let Floyd Mayweather dictate his fucking career at the moment and let him take on a Maidana. Instead of him taking on a Maidana the second time. The second time, I think Adrian Broner would have lost. Even worse. So still in all, it would have brought Adrian Broner up on so many levels. And he just decided to let Floyd do that. And everybody at the time was taking it as, oh yeah, big bro's gonna take care of little bro's problem. It's stupid shit. All at the end for him to say, fuck Mayweather, I don't talk to him, he don't call me, it's not what you think. So, and I was happy when he stated that, but then to see him about a week later hanging out with him, oh, everything's all good, and then back to the bullshit again. So I really don't care about that. Everybody expected, even myself, we fell into the hype for a while. Some of us are still into the fucking hype, right? Not me, but some of you guys are still into the hype. It's still out there that Adrian Broner is still going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. That's been long overdue. It's not happening, especially with Adrian Broner. Not taking anything away from him, because he has taken away from himself. You know what I mean? He's taken away from himself big time. But what I am saying here, guys, is that Adrian Broner still has a place. The problem here is this is basically his last hurrah. Now, we may want to look at it or not, but the man already has, 3 losses? 3 losses. Depending how he performs, and if he looks like he's shit, he's done. And I, for one, wouldn't want to, see Adrian Broner go out like a fucking journeyman or fucking gatekeeper. You know what I mean? Regardless, he can be an asshole at times. Adrian Broner is needed at certain points for the sport. Now, Adrian Broner, I have to say he has not fucked up the sport in any way, because he has given us the fights within ring. Out of ring, what he does with his business, that's his business. I've reported on it, of course. That's only because he brought all that fuckery into the ring. This is why he lost, wasn't focused. But when we look at his resume and we look at the fights that he's taken in his era, because we can't expect more out of it, right? Adrian Broner has done pretty good for himself and pretty good within the sport of boxing. So he is a competitor. Now, I don't know about the 4th Divi title that he got, because of course that was an easy level, way easy level. Come on, let's be honest here. If we're gonna give him any multi-Divi, accolades, then I'm only recognizing him as 3, but he's really 4. You know what I mean? I don't see why. I don't see why you can look, you're gonna disagree with me, because a lot of you guys are looking at Pacquiao as just 7 when it's really 8 Divis, right? So that's what I mean. Now, Adrian Broner has a great style. I feel that when he uses the high guard defense, he's better off that way. He's worse off when he uses that fucking made in Taiwan shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? When he uses that made in Taiwan shoulder roll, he gets tagged up. When Adrian Broner's on the move, but it seems like the life away from the ring, the whole partying, the whole mind on, you can already tell, like, $100 million. They made a mistake giving a nigga $100 million, blah, 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 this and that. Okay. Your mind's not in the fight. You know what I mean? I saw something very scary the other day, and you guys got to take a look at it. It was an interview with Pacquiao. Now this had to been the most scariest shit I've ever seen in my life, because it was like looking at a serial killer. But it was like looking at a serial killer that has the licensed hands to legally kill somebody, right? I'm not saying that I want to see Adrian Broner get killed by Manny Pacquiao. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when they asked Manny Pacquiao what he plans, what he intends to do on Adrian Broner in that ring, he fucking let off the most sickest, sadistic fucking laugh ever. I mean, this man said, now, we don't know what's to come yet. But if Manny is on the verge of understanding, and he's asked the Creator to forgive him for what he's about to do, and he understands, and he's heard me and other fight fans saying that the only thing left for him to do is unify. Once he does that, he's unstoppable. Nobody can ever say. I think it will be very impossible for anybody to reach what the living legend is doing. Adrian Broner still has potential. The thing is, he has to let his hands go. He has to switch up on his defense. Use a high guard instead of a fucking shoulder roll. You might use shoulder roll in certain spots. You know what I'm saying? Especially to roll out and to escape. Okay, but using it all the time, using it on the inside in the middle of the ring, like you're not the type to be like Mayweather was. And let's speak even before Mayweather. Let's speak about George Benton Jr. Let's speak on him, George Benton, the grandfather of the shoulder roll, right? Now these guys, Benton, if you want to roll Pep in there, I mean, these guys fought on a daily basis, almost on a daily basis, trained on a daily basis. These guys were perfecting their craft. Henceforth, boxing evolved, right? So now, these guys don't understand, in order to evolve your pedigree, to evolve your style, you have to keep up with your craft. You have to, it's like an artist, An artist is like an artist who draws, right? He's drawing on the paper, right? And he's consistent, he's constant. There's more fluidity to his style. There are other methods that add on to his style. The speed drawing comes in, perfect shading. Dimensions start setting in to a point where it puts you on a different platform than other artists. Same thing with boxing. You perfect your craft, your defensive prowess, all that shit. And it's like, And these guys don't do this like that anymore. Only some of them. We can't count going into the gym a month before you're supposed to start your training as, oh, no, you gotta be a gym rat. And these guys perfected their craft. This is why they were so elusive and they were so fucking grade A with that shoulder roll shit. Adrian Broner is not one for that. He tried it against Maidana, got fucked up, came the other way. Boop. Right? So, Manny Pacquiao, who fights in angles, Manny Pacquiao, who has a high punch fucking volume, Manny Pacquiao, who's on a constant move, who throws punches, who hits hard and lands at will. Very accurate. This is going to be not a hard fight with Manny Pacquiao. This is going to be one of those lessons for Adrian Broner. I expect Adrian Broner to get lumped the fuck up. He's going to get so tagged. As a matter of fact, disagree with me or not, I have a feeling that Adrian Broner ain't going to get up from that chair in the 8th round, 9th round, son. Before the 8th or 9th round. That's how I see this. I see Manny Pacquiao touching him at will. And reason why I say this, there's a measuring stick. Jesse Vargas. Look what Manny Pacquiao did at will, right? Look at the trouble that fucking... This is what I'm saying. It's sort of like going to be a wash, but at the same time, can you blame Manny Pacquiao for taking a Adrian Broner who's possibly next to Sean Porter within that Heyman camp or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and next to Badu Jack to be very fucking competitive? So you can't blame him because at the same time, he signed with PBC and these PBC guys ain't trying to give him nobody just yet like a Sean Porter or a fucking Errol Spence Jr. These guys got titles within that motherfucking stable, and what they're going to do is they're going to keep it in-house and they're going to stretch the name out and make their names bigger than the sport on that side. Meanwhile, the Zone and fucking Top Rank are just giving us fights, making more money because they're giving us the fights that we want. Right? So we have real boxing and boxing entertainment. I said this the other night on Late Night Boxing Talk. We understand this now. I've already broke down the fight model to that and everything. Right? So Adrian Broner being the prize fighter in this fight and Manny Pacquiao being the legacy fighter in this fight. Manny Pacquiao's not even worried about the money. He knows it's there. Manny Pacquiao has thrown enough hands to sit back, just like Leonard, just like everyone else, and every one of these legends out there. Even he's enough to sit back because his hands did all the talking. The hands did everything. You know what I mean? This is what you guys don't understand. I don't understand how the shit with Deontay Wilder. All you guys are caught up in a political storm, right? You know, and you guys are all caught up in the political storm. You know, you totally forget that when your fighters get caught up in the political storm and start talking shit about money and their agendas, they too are not concentrated. This is why they don't look so good in fights, besides other points. But this is what's happening. Now, let's get on to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, like I said, punches and bunches and bunches and punches with oats and all that shit. And fighting in angles, you know, there's really nothing more I can say about Manny Pacquiao because it's going to make me sound like, and mind you, this is his work ethic that's doing this out of my mouth and anyone that's going to speak on Manny Pacquiao, honestly, right? Just like any other champion and fighter that has been doing what they must and doing what they do, right? So I don't understand how they fucking say Mike Tyson was overrated. A lot of these young guys say Mike Tyson was overrated. It's ridiculous. You have to give the man his props. He was king of the heavyweights, the youngest heavyweight to do it, the baddest motherfucker to do it. And that's that. That's why there's a lot of comparisons that can be made with a fighter like this, with a king like this. When you talk about and a man like this and a champ like this, you know what I'm saying? The heavyweights, like, this is why you can tell, you know, oh, how would Johnson do, you know, against fucking, Mike Tyson? How would Mike Tyson do against Marciano? You feel what I'm saying? When your hands do the talking, the money comes, the fame comes. You know what I'm saying? These guys are doing it opposite. They're like thinking they put their name out there verbally and all this other shit. And then all of a sudden, no, that's not how it goes. These do your talking. These do this for you. So When it comes to the get down, Manny Pacquiao, hands down, is basically going to defeat Adrian Broner. There's not a lot that Manny Pacquiao is going to do in this fight except for fight in angles and land that left. If Adrian Broner makes the mistake on trying to walk Manny Pacquiao down, Manny Pacquiao can fight off the back foot, right? Right? He's gonna get caught with going backwards with a fucking left. Bow! He just might get caught with a fucking right hook. It depends. And Manny Pacquiao is gonna hit him 3 or 4 or 5 times, man. Manny Pacquiao's gonna be landing, and God forbid he wants to fight Pac in the pocket. That's what I'm saying. Adrian Broner better had taken his training. He's looking pudgy. He better had taken his training and everything serious. I think this is why he hasn't had so much banter. The only banter that's come out of his mouth was just, oh, they gave a nigga $100 million. They gave a young nigga a chance to get 100. He's not getting $100 million, and he's counting his chickens before they hatch because you got to get past Pacquiao. At least give Pacquiao a good fight enough that your stock doesn't rise, no fall, but stays right there. So that way the next fight you can capitalize. This is what I would like for Adrian Broner. But he's going up against the inevitable. And the inevitable is when you don't fight, when you're not active, when you don't train correctly, when you don't live the boxer's life, there are kinks in your armor. There are kinks in your armor. And Manny Pacquiao has war scars. He's battle torn, but he's not battle worn. You know what I'm saying? You know, Manny Pacquiao right now is taking on the younger fucking fighters in this generation. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, and I'll stand on it. I'll put every motherfucking thing on this, what I'm about to say. Manny Pacquiao will wash most of these young kids. Thurman, Porter, Spence Jr. The only one that's going to give him a hard time is going to be Terrence Bud Crawford. And I'm gonna be coming up a little later with that video. Terrence Bud Crawford versus Amir Khan. And whoever wants to fucking debate me on that, I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I'm open. I don't give a fuck. I'm open about that shit too. But you know, looking at this fight, it's a very competitive fight. You know, it's good for the sport, very good for the fucking sport, I believe. And you know, Manny Pacquiao just continues to be the legend that he is. You know, Adrian Broner, if he loses to Pacquiao, depending on how he loses, if he gets knocked out, I mean, even somebody that gets knocked out, it's just the way, you know what I'm saying, that everybody's just going to turn away. And this is exactly what I mean about keeping your private life private. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people swear that they don't judge motherfuckers out of the boxing ring. That can be semi-true. But what is pure fact is that it's very hard for us fight fans to not look at that side of their fucking lives when they bring it into the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? This is why I was so upset at Errol Spence Jr. when he showed on social media that he was out there playing with his friends in the street, fucking body shots. My man, your hands are worth millions, bro. You are an athlete. You are above that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a commodity. You're a risk right there. I'm surprised you didn't get fined or fucking yelled at, because just to say you could have fucked your hand up. Any of your hands. Let's just say you would have got hit and motherfucker cracked the rib or something. Right? So this is what I'm saying, like the irresponsibilities of the life away from boxing, the personal lives and all that shit. You know, these guys need coaches. These guys need money managers. These guys need a lot of help. A lot of help. But these guys smack hands out of the way because they don't want that. Okay, not a problem. But don't blame us when you bring your fucking personal life into the boxing ring and we can't take you seriously. It's very hard for us to do that when you're doing it. But, you know, it comes to a point. Look at Terrence Bud Crawford. The first time we heard some shit, it was two things. It was his baby's mama or some shit like that. Or his sister or something like that, or his baby mother's friend or something was fighting outside of him. All right, that shit wasn't even all that. Then it was that he went in there and just took his car and started throwing things inside of him because that's because they tried to charge the man for something and that they added on, and it's ridiculous. And We don't hear nothing else on that. This is why he's respected. Other fighters too. You only hear it once. After that, it's like, okay, that enough is enough. Okay, we can understand that people make mistakes, but when you constantly in social media, like a Broner, and you're out there and you're da 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 da, we can't judge you with your hands, because we already know the reason why you ain't throwing your hands, the reason why you're not fighting well, the reason why you're not training well, the reason why you're not looking well, the reason why your performance isn't looking well is because you're not doing too well in life. You're not focused. You're not concentrated. There are things that are clouding your mind. So I can't listen to fight fans when they talk with emotion as to, oh yeah, he's bad. Oh yeah, this. No. Listen, what's going to happen here is Pacquiao, unless some miracle happens that Adrian Broner gets a knockout or something like that, or what's going to happen here is Manny Pacquiao is going to defeat Adrian Broner in such a stylistic fashion, to a point that people are actually going to look at Broner, and possibly when Manny Pacquiao fights the next young star and makes him look amateur, because that's exactly what these guys are bringing. I say it all the time now. They bring an amateur pedigree into a professional fucking ranked sport right now. That's the way all these guys are fighting, except for a handful. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell who's fighting amateurish and who's already on the pro level. Just look at the way these motherfuckers are losing compared to the guys that are throwing fucking hands. Not getting them out of there like from round 1 through 5. And if it's lasting fucking 12 rounds, the points are so ahead. The rounds won are so ahead. So, it's not only judgment that we have to use, or the eye test and shit like that. It's just common fucking sense. Like, so my prediction for this fight is I got Manny Pacquiao, man, stopping Broner by the 9th. This ain't gonna go no 12. Broner don't have that skill to go 12. And if it goes 12, like I said, Manny Pacquiao, the rounds are gonna be so ahead. Manny Pacquiao's probably gonna be 5 rounds, 6 rounds ahead of Broner. Believe that shit. Believe that shit. Now, what can Broner do in this fight? Well, what Broner's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to use his jab, right? He's gonna have to double up on his jabs a lot. Possibly try to set, which I know he's not gonna be able to do, but try to set traps, right? At the same time, when you got Manny on the ropes, do a bit of inside fighting, not too much. Just go to body a bit, back up. You know what I'm saying? Now, as to trying to walk Manny down, I wouldn't recommend that. That style's not going to work with Manny. Because Manny's going to find an angle or certain angles to hit you with while you're walking, while he's going backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, use that jab, set a couple of traps, get him on the rope, go to the body a bit, and like I said, how can you, it's very hard. This is an elite fighter he's going up against. This is something this is an elite fighter he's going up against. This is going to be very hard for him to do, because Pacquiao is good on the inside, the outside, the middle ring. He can keep the fight in the middle of the ring. If you try to keep him in the middle of the ring, he'll keep it. Broner's in trouble. Now, what can Manny Pacquiao do? What he always does. Otherwise than that, I'm your boy J Cotto, telling the truth within the sport of boxing. Hashtag come back to boxing. Also on the Star Wars side, check out my my little series I got going on, which is Thanos versus Skywalker. Enjoy. And otherwise than that, have a great day. God bless. I'll see you guys later with the Crawford versus Khan video. God bless. Stay vigilant. Hashtag come back to boxing. Love each and every one of y'all. Peace.